Seabass and I are going to do a show, a podcast review impression show. I'm going to write an essay.
You're gonna.
That sounded so. That was a weird way to say.
Does that mean you're going to
podcast review impression?
Wait, are we gonna do like the? Is that like a wrap-up show, like talking garbage cast, and you guys will like talk about what we talked about on the cast?
No. Oh my gosh.
That's what it sounded like.
It's like, yeah, the podcast was pretty good, I think.
I didn't really say that much tonight.
It wasn't that compelling.
There's that part at the beginning where we kept saying that we were going to introduce everybody and explaining how we were going to introduce everybody.
Are you recording this right now?
No. So Seabass and I are going to pick a television show to watch, and then we're going to watch an episode a week.
Oh, cool. I'll watch it too.
Wait,
and
what?
just give brief impressions
What are we doing? What?
On what we think of the show.
Cool, you should do that.
What show?
I don't know. We were thinking
Girls.
But you've already. Well, wait. Does it matter?
I've only seen a couple episodes of the second season. So. Dave and Sebastien review girls.
That can be its own
called
podcast.
Guys on Girls.
That's it. It's perfect.
Okay.
Theme song.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Garbage Cast. I'm your host, Josh. Over here in the Kelso side of the cast, I got my buddies Jordan
Hello.
and my brother Mike.
Hey, everybody.
We've also got a silent Hannah in the background, but
Hi.
in addition, we've got the boys over in Bellevue. We've got Sebastien.
Hello.
And we've got David.
Hey.
How is the weather up there, boys?
Drizzly. It's slightly raining. It was sunny earlier, but it's raining.
All
now.
right. Well, welcome everybody to the cast.
That's been the weather portion brought to you by David.
Stop.
So we've got this brand new collective thing that we're doing. It's called Garbage Town. It's a new outlet for us to put out a bunch of content. Anything we want all the time, straight to you through a Tumblr blog.
Yeah.
Someone eating chips right now?
No.
Yeah, someone is eating something.
No
We
way.
got
The chip is how I
Tostitos.
mark the end of my sentence. That's when somebody else jumps in.
Tostitos, roasted garlic, and black bean.
So just to expand a little bit on what Josh said, the collective really is for anything that we want to talk about. Either things that, like pieces of art that we've been consuming, but it's also an outlet for us to produce original content, and it's sort of supposed to inspire us to work together to produce even more original content than we would on our own.
It's basically like the new funny junk.
It's like college humor.
It's the new Funny or Die. It's the new albino black sheep.
I came up with the idea for the collective for two purposes.
By myself. Solely me.
This is actually a solo collective. Everyone else in the cast is guests. Everyone else in the collective is guests, and it's actually just me as an official member. I make all of the final decisions.
Thanks for having me.
There's a Game of Thrones reference
Nice to
in
meet you.
here somewhere, but no one else watches that show, so it's not gonna be funny.
What about the
Wouldn't
listeners?
be funny anyways.
What
is
about the
problem.
listeners? What about the loyal listeners? They probably watch it.
I guess that's why I'm just a guest. Only a guest.
Was that the reference?
No.
That just sounded like a normal time.
I thought that was the reference.
No. I said I was going to give a reference, but no one watches it, so it wouldn't make sense.
A guest
It would've
always
fallen real flat.
pays his debts, right? Am I right, David?
So I wanted to create this so that the SEACATS boys would have an outlet to put out any kind of weird content that doesn't fall under the band as possible, and also so that we could, I don't know, I guess like David was saying, it would expand the group of people that are involved in it, and also allow all of us to like share audiences. And basically the way we plan on doing it through Tumblr is it's all just going to be a constant stream of content, of everybody's content, so that whenever any of us posts new content, there will be a giant list of everybody's content there, so that hopefully people will check out all of the stuff and see that there's a more constant stream of stuff than any of us were putting out on our own before.
Yeah, it also just makes sense because we're all planning to move in together come this fall. And we obviously want to do some sort of creative work together when we do that. But we thought we might as well establish that now by doing this. So
I'm glad you're establishing it now. This is the first I've heard of us all moving in together. Let's hear a round of applause.
Welcome to Jordan.
Good friends.
Jordan Cole, everybody.
All right.
Jordan.
I just can't wait to live with you, David. I think we're gonna be good roommates. We can have a lot.
You guys are actually sharing a room.
We can have a lot of good talks as we're going to bed. I'm a really light sleeper though, so I have a lot of trouble sleeping. Another thing about me, I hate Dark Souls, so there will be no Dark Souls in my room. Having said that, I can't wait.
Also, the direction of the collective is a mystery even to us at this point, and it will be constantly evolving. And also, all of the SEACATS crew are probably going to be creating different kinds of stuff, and I'm sure that some of the other guys that are involved will be on this cast every week. And I guess that's another thing we can talk about. This cast will sort of just be a space for us all to talk about what we're doing and talk about, like David said, different content that we're taking in on a somewhat weekly basis.
you could call this the general cast, the general garbage cast.
Yeah. And there'll be a picture of a general, like in a general...
5-star.
an army suit, and he'll
five-star
be
general.
made of garbage.
Oh.
It's not a bad idea.
General.
That's also like a really like. What am I trying to say here? Strike one.
I was I was also thinking about
It's really political.
the aesthetic of the. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The general aesthetic of the group, and I think that we should try to come up with something light, because the name is dark and gross, and so if we have like a light picture, then it'll be a nice little dichotomy.
Well, for those who haven't checked it out yet, the site is pink.
I know. I've been thinking about that.
There's a site.
What's the site, David?
We emailed you about it. Well, actually, I don't think we provided the link, so I can tell.
Did not provide the link. Nor do I have a content creator's login information. I'm gonna need my own login.
Yeah, I'm actually the only one who has that right now, I think.
Yeah, I think you are.
What's the Tumblr's URL, David?
GarbagetownUSA.tumblr.com. That's GarbagetownUSA@tumblr.com.
Mike is on garbagetown.bandcamp.com. A very confusing side project of the cast. I've been thinking about the color. I was thinking maybe we should do green.
Yeah, it's not coming up here.
I suggested that, and then you immediately thought it was a bad idea.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems true, but I've been thinking about it now.
What kind of green? What?
You know, like the lid of the Planters Nutrition Digestive Health Mix,
Not
9-ounce net weight can.
Do you guys know that?
David, could you just give me
Yeah.
a link to this Tumblr and the Skype chat, please?
Yeah.
I think that it kind of depends
find it.
on what the picture ends up being. But one thing that it could end up being, Christian Womack was talking to me about this old RPG game
Got it.
that he created, where one of the character's element was garbage, because when he was creating the character in the first place, he accidentally, when he was creating his throwing animation, it made it look like the guy was throwing a pile of garbage. and Christian said that he thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And so I'm asking Christian to try to retrieve that artwork, and that could be a good option for it if he can find it. It's like a sprite, 8-bit.
Ever heard of it?
The kids love it.
Seabass knows this. I'm a Super NES. I don't even know what the right word is. Connoisseur.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
You play Super NES?
Explain. Elaborate.
So
I specialize in Super Nintendo games.
So I happened just like one day on the bus. One day on the bus, I was like, "Hey Dave, I got an SNES emulator. I'm kind of interested." And then by the time I like went on my computer, he had sent me a list of the top 10 SNES games and maybe like 1 or 2 paragraph description for each game. And also, I think it was in the order that I should get them. And then I think after the list of 10, there were like a couple more that were like, it's like, I don't know.
And David wrote them out?
Yeah.
Wow.
That should be the first piece of content for the website.
Why don't you
I'm just gonna post Dave's top 10.
No,
Top 12.
It's not polished. I need some edits. Probably.
I'm just gonna take a screenshot of the Facebook
screenshot
chat.
of it. Okay, I'd be pretty okay with that. Just a little photo.
It
content.
looks really, it shows how like genuine this is our life.
Dave, be honest.
It is our life.
Dave, did you copy that from Kotaku.com?
No, I
It's
did not.
Kotaku's top 10
I actually don't.
SNES games.
I need to read Kotaku more.
No, you don't.
I just saw a
Yeah,
Kotaku
if you want
YouTube
snack
video
Taku.
reviewing the breakfast taco. I don't know. I didn't know that Kotaku did food reviews.
Yeah.
The guy drove 2.5 hours to go to a Taco Bell that had it.
What?
Don't all
and-
Taco Bells have it now?
Well, he did this when it was only in oh my god, I forgot where it was, but
Rhode
it
Island.
looked so bad when he got it. It looked worse than the ones that I've seen now. There was no cheese on it.
That sounds bad. Ooh, no cheese.
And like he's so tired, and he takes his first bite, and he looks pretty excited, and then he just starts coughing because of how dry it is.
You should have had that syrup. He didn't ask for syrup. That was his big problem.
He said there wasn't any syrup.
Maybe came later. That's phase 2, man.
Yeah,
Syrup.
bad time to review it. Too early.
Syrup came with the nationwide launch, I bet. And also the breakfast phone. You guys you hear about the breakfast phone?
No.
Sebastian?
Oh, yeah, breakfast phone.
You don't know anything about the breakfast phone.
I know all about the breakfast phone, Jordan.
Sebastian, speaking of media we've been consuming, me and Sebastian have been consuming fast food reviews on YouTube by weirdos, wackos, and
I wish I know that one. What's his name? Robert Dyer.
Welcome to Robert Dyer's podcast.
You know he ran for office. There's a video of his speech. He ran for like city council.
What?
He's so
did he make
he
it?
scared everyone.
Did he use his character, or he's done so many videos that he now has a separate character for some of the videos that he breaks into,
Really?
called Tarnation Bob. And he talks like this.
Are you joking right now?
Have you not seen that?
No, I only seen that.
Him and Montana
Welcome.
Mike need to get together.
Welcome. The way he says "welcome" twice every episode,
Welcome.
it looks like he learned that in like an
Welcome.
etiquette class. It's like a public speaking class. It's like
Or in like a media training
yeah, it's
course.
like repeat yourself for emphasis. And
It's creepy.
his eyes are so dead.
That's a creepy guy.
That's not the word I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say like his eyes are so, crazy or like bright
crazy.
or soft.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, there we go.
Blue.
The weirdest thing about his videos though is like I feel like fast food has a pretty short life. Like you need to eat it when it's hot, like right when you get it. And it seems like he buys it, goes home, sets up his camera, and then he keeps it in the bag and talks for 5 minutes. He takes it out, he smells it first, and by the time he eats it, it's probably completely cold and horrible.
He's once again, it didn't retain its heat. It's a huge
He
flaw.
reviewed the new.
I asked for a review copy, not just a regular consumer grade one.
He reviewed the new McDonald's.
Nick Lobster?
It's like Clubhouse Burger, I think that's what it's called. And it has the Big Mac sauce on it. And he started the video by being like, this is a huge event in American history. He's like, for the first time ever, McDonald's has put Big Mac sauce on something that's not the Big Mac. And I don't know. He really cared about it.
I think the weirdest thing about that guy is David. I think David said that he has to set up the camera every time. I think that's incorrect. I think he always.
I said that. It is incorrect.
I think he always has a camera set up facing the wall with a background which is Christmas wrapping paper. Year round, it's Christmas wrapping paper now with snowmen. It's now mid-April. We still have snowmen on the back wall. I think he just always has that set up in some corner of his house with a camera and a chair, and he just retires to that every night and records videos.
He also takes tiny bites. Like he's like, I'm gonna try it now. Like after he's been smelling it for like 5 minutes, and he just takes like a bite of like the bread of the hamburger, and he's like,
Something I had an idea. Could someone on both sides of this cast take a picture of the group that's here? Since these will probably be on YouTube, maybe at one point in the video we can cut to either of the pictures.
yeah, that'd be
Is it going
good.
to be on YouTube?
I don't have a camera
Mike,
with me.
can you be in it?
Are we gonna have to take a?
Have
David-
Hannah take it.
David, can you just take it on your phone? Yeah, or give it to Hannah, Mike. So, just listener, when you see the photo,
Click, click.
know
Boom.
that this is when it was taken.
All right, can you get a bite of the chip for like a sound? All
Do
right.
you want to do the
That's when it
selfie?
was.
Yeah, there's a clip. A marker. Marker chip.
It's not working at all for some reason.
Is the back on your phone? Oh, never mind.
Oh yeah, there's a front facing.
So, moving things right along here.
It's a nice segue into things
Let's talk a little bit about what we're working on right now.
I have a nice segue.
Mm-hmm.
In the future,
It looked weird.
no exact plans yet. It has been talked about a lot, but in the future, at some point, I will be recording a food review.
Gordo Jordo.
Gordo,
everybody.
First, an exclusive, a world exclusive to the Garbage Town Collective.
Jordan.
Woo!
Is there anybody who does those
What?
reviews that like has like well edited and HD video?
For the food.
Oreo
food
rations.
ones?
I
Fast
don't know.
food.
Mike,
No,
you're going to have to help me.
they're
We're going to have
horrible.
the most
Yeah.
beautiful one. We're going to have dolly shots on the food.
Yeah,
All of them look
I'd
bad.
love
If
to.
you guys did ones that look good, they would get some hits.
that'd be so
I
fun.
can't- I
actually.
can't do
I'd
one,
love to
though.
do that.
The only people who can get away with doing that are like skinny people.
Aww.
Specifically
do you
fast
mean?
food
What the
reviews.
fuck's that supposed to mean? All right, you heard it here first. Canceled. Not doing it.
Jordo. Cancelled.
That Richard Dreyer guy is really skinny. He's too skinny.
Yeah, he needs to eat that.
Is anyone else working on any other content?
Yeah, I've been working on. I've been thinking about changing the name of my recording studio to Kniddles because that's what we more often refer to it as. And I've been working on getting a domain up and running, a website, kniddles.com. And
I don't think you
They,
can have a website with an apostrophe in it.
no, it's just KNITTLES, and the offer as it stands is at $1,400 to buy it now. I'm really trying to work him down. Work him down as low as I can.
Why is that in demand? Why does he think he can park it for
I
that
don't know.
much?
There's only so much real estate on the internet,
You
Josh.
should have,
Why did someone even get that?
I know.
because of the song. You should have bought the domain before you wrote the song.
Yeah, the hit. It just spread the.
Yeah.
It's such a funny game to go onto URLs that you think of on the internet and like make offers on them and then see what the low bid is.
I did that for whimsical.com as well, and like it has a box where you just enter like how much you would be willing to pay for it, and it won't even let you enter anything under like $20,000. I just like put in like a ridiculous amount of money, and he's been like trying to get in contact with me ever since.
Are you really willing to spend
got
this
a-
much?
He's been trying to get in contact.
Well, and for some reason, I feel like it's okay to give these like domain brokers my real phone number, and I keep actually putting in my phone number and getting like voicemails at like 7 in the morning about kniddles.com. It's funny.
Was Kniddles? Was that a name? Like
Yeah,
like
there's
last
a-
name?
Yeah, the person that owned the house that we do all of our recording in's name was John Kniddle, and actually, Hannah and I just wrote a really sweet short film story that we're thinking about doing. That could be some content up and coming on Garbage Town, but it's a fictional story about how John Kniddle and his wife died. It's pretty good.
Make no mistake, John Kniddle and his wife are dead,
Both of them.
but this is a fictionalized story.
Yeah.
We spent the last weekend making a music video for the band Spectres. Mike directed, wrote, and Christian shot this video last weekend.
Christian Womack, that is,
Yeah.
from Kelso Longview.
So wait, I actually didn't know that Mike wrote everything too.
Well-
Did you like did you collaborate with the band on
Yeah.
like the concept and everything?
We should specify that Steven gave us the initial, like, basic idea of the video. Is it okay for us to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Steven just said he has a song called NC Drugs, which I found out just stands for North Carolina Drugs. And he wanted to make a video about, like, his band going out and trying to do drugs, but doing it in all of the wrong ways. And, I don't know, we took that into some kind of narrative direction and made it a cool story.
This is Steven Steen from the band Spectres.
Is your microphone not on?
No, it's on. Something
And-
went quiet for a second, but we're good now.
Yeah, basically, we ended up making the story. We gave each of the members of Spectres a little nerdy character. We gave Steven SpongeBob. The other two guys are different types of nerds, and the beginning of the video is this documentary that we have yet to shoot that's sort of a parody of the Behind the Music documentaries.
And specifically the Leonard Skinner VH1 Behind the Music documentary.
Which anyone should search on YouTube, the Leonard Skinner Behind the Music. It's a laugh a minute.
It's really funny for like 20 minutes until it gets outrageously sad and
Oh no. It's one of those.
That,
I mean,
I don't know anything about that band. I'm actually
throws you
just
for a loop.
interested.
there was a horrible plane crash involved.
Oh,
Ronnie
man,
Van
what?
Zant.
And there's like some members of Leonard Skinner that actually talk about like being in the plane as it's going down, and like it's really sad.
oh my God!
and
What was the
this,
bleeding to death thing? Is that from the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume so. I mean,
The
I'm
singer's
sure-
dad is interviewed, and he starts talking, and he's like, I just think that sometimes God gets jealous in him. And then he starts crying, and they stay on him while he's crying for like 5
that's
seconds.
the thing about that one
goodness.
specifically.
It's
Is there's
so
just so many
sad.
like one-liners, and then it just hangs on silence for like 10 seconds after they say something.
That's so horrible.
So basically the beginning of the video, these nerds see the guys they're these big rock stars, and they're cool, and they do drugs, and they see that this is the life that they want, and they decide that they're going to go be cool, and they leave. But then you see it then goes to the bad part of the behind the music, and that everyone dies. But they didn't see that, so they go out and try to do all this rock star stuff, and it gets funny.
Things get funny.
Things get funny.
Things
It
get funny from
features producer Steve Fisk in the end.
Mm-hmm.
He's the father of Steven Steen.
And in the end,
Which, by the way,
the Fisk
Bellevue
you
boys,
get.
that footage is looking really good. I know you saw
Awesome.
me kind of throwing it together before, but I've done more since, and it's looking amazing.
Yeah.
And just from like my perspective, like, it was insane the amount of work you guys put into that video. I was expecting you to show up with a camera and just start filming, but then you showed up and the first thing you did was take a couch out of his house to like rearrange his living room. Then you had that like homemade dolly. I don't know. It's looking really cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I really like doing stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, just planning things for months ahead of time and then actually trying to like as accurately represent what your vision was. It's like the most rewarding thing in the world.
And it was really cool being able to see that because I could see like when you were looking at the first few shots of like the opening shot.
That one specifically, just
and
like
you just looked so
good,
satisfied, just like.
I had forgotten like how freaking cool that like door frame is in Steven's living room. It's like the most beautiful introduction shot. It's just like a dolly pushed through the door frame. It's really cool. And we just put like blankets on all the windows and stuff outside to make it look like it was dark. And the
house is really scary from outside.
Yeah, it just looks like
all the windows are just covered.
And a big Bob Marley flag on the outside.
That's a different house, but that one looks really sketchy too.
The shot of the Bob Marley pose.
I know.
Yeah. So, do you have a timeline for when it's going to be closer to being finished? I suppose.
That video, we're finishing filming this weekend on Saturday. It's the only film day we have left that's planned. I think we should get it all done that day, and then hopefully sometime in May, I'll get some time to finish it all up and give it to Finn and Steven.
Awesome.
Cool.
Who have we been through? We've been through Jordan. We went through. Is that both Josh and Mike's? That's what you've both been up to, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got other things, but
we wouldn't want to take up all your time.
Yeah, somebody else go.
Dave should go.
Okay. Yeah, what have I been doing recently?
You put out the Elch tape.
Kind of. That's maybe a story for another time. It would take too long. But we're working on. I guess I feel fine debuting the announcement here. We are working on our second tape, and we plan on releasing both tapes on the same day. The first one was called Routine, and the second one is going to be called Priority. They'll both. I mean, for the 9 people that I have the physical copy of Routine, they saw that it does in fact come with a small poetry book. Priority will come with one as well. It might be a bit longer than the Routine one is, but it also might be the same because of paper. And I just don't want to print out that much.
For symmetry's sake.
Paper limitations.
Yeah, and that too. Like, the aesthetic to both are going to be very similar. It's just going to be inverted colors. And Mike is actually going to be recording Priority in May, and they should both be released in June.
A dual release? Are you having a dual release show?
Yes, a double release.
Whoa! Whoa!
Jordan Evo.
That is so loud.
Elcho no Toro.
Never before done in Bellevue. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, if I had it my way, it wouldn't have been this way. But
hey, you know what? Sometimes you gotta skate, and sometimes you get a concussion. You know what? And that's all right.
So the short version of the story is our drummer got a concussion the weekend before our show, and his doctor said that he would risk permanent brain damage if he played the show. So, obviously didn't want to take that risk. And so we had to... The show still went on, but we didn't play, and I, at that point, wasn't feeling very inclined to make that many copies of the release. So we had 9 copies for just, the close friends. Gave most of those away.
Sold out.
Yeah, sold out.
Wow.
I mean...
Impressive.
You should stop there. Sold out.
But there'll be 91 more at the show in June.
Oh.
You'll probably sell out at that one, too.
Oh. You should have 9 of the other one, David.
9 of the other one.
Yeah, a matching pair, a matching set.
Number 9.
Number 9?
Actually, yeah. We'll have 91 eventually of routine, but probably not at the show. But there'll be enough. There'll be more than enough. People don't care about my band.
So I have a question for you, David. You have recorded everything yourself up to here.
Right.
Why are you choosing to record with me this time around? Is it because you had an unpleasant experience last time recording, or?
Yeah, there's it's a more complicated question than you might realize.
Especially because Sebastian's on the line, isn't it?
What?
I'm not really sure if that's related, but
He reacts
So-
the same way
What?
every time you do that same joke.
What? God,
I
why?
don't think have I done that joke? I don't remember.
I guess that question was also just kind of to get you talking about what recording was like on the last tape release.
yeah. So I didn't dislike recording routine. I'm very proud of how it came out, and very proud of the performances and everything. But that said, we did re-record the whole tape, which it's an album. It's an album's length. It's a long tape. We re-recorded it 4 times because I was unhappy, or something weird happened. So something weird happened once, and then I was unhappy with the other ones, and then we finally got it. So we actually started recording this thing in August of last year, and didn't finish recording until January of this year. And actually didn't even do didn't do vocals until wait, is that right? Yeah, until February.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You told me that you waited until February because you wanted your vocals to be more romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me that too.
I remember when you called me.
Yeah, real.
It's really
real
funny when you
romantic.
did that.
So I think it's a weird experience to record and mix your own band, just because you're already so close to the music that it's sort of hard to get any perspective on it. I actually so I've recorded bands in the past, and I know how I've seen them live enough where I know how I think they should sound when recorded, but I don't really have that same perspective on my own band. And that led to a lot of frustration on my end when trying to do all of this myself. And so I wanted to go with Mike this time, just because I've been hearing what he's been doing lately, and I know he would do a good job on the material we have lined up for this next release, specifically with what I know Mike can do with drums and I don't know.
That guy can play the drums.
Mike's a real whiz kid with drums, man. That guy's got room
I didn't know I
sounds.
was playing.
That guy can hammer out a beat.
That's fantastic.
I didn't mean it in that way. Mike will not be playing on the. I mean,
Mike's never had a concussion.
he
He's
might play on the
fine.
record.
He's
Yeah,
a
my-
doctor, perfect bill of health.
My drumsticks are ready.
Dr. Beat, call him that.
He can play whatever you need him to play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all I really had to say.
Cool.
I just feel a lot more I just think it will be a lot better experience for our band's workflow to have an outside party doing the engineering and mixing portion of the recording.
Totally.
I think it just makes a lot more sense
Totally.
for my band specifically.
It's pretty funny that you're talking about this because I think the first Cesspool podcast that we had, I won't explain what that is right now, but I'm pretty sure all I talked about on that was my experience recording Special Explosion,
That is
the
weird.
7-inch. Also, that must have been just about a year ago because I think we talked about our release show that
Wow.
week, and our release show was on like 420 last year. And,
Yeah.
I guess our release show is on 418 this
That's
year.
weird.
We also had something on 420. It was the 7-inch burger, even better than whatever you guys had going on.
I don't
Right,
even
I remember
remember it,
You
dude.
guys-
I was too full on burgers.
We did that gag last year.
Yeah.
The Cesspool podcast was our attempt at a podcast 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
So-
Wow.
some of you might be already familiar, if you're familiar.
If you're listening now,
If you're one of
Chances
our
are-
23 Facebook likes.
Yeah, we love you.
This
You're-
year we've
You're
got
the
a-
most supportive out of anyone who will ever come to support this.
Keith.
Thank you, Keith.
Did he rest in peace on the Colorado?
Yeah, Keith is still out there
Somewhere.
wandering.
Do you think that he like takes his shirt off when he's on the raft?
I mean, he takes his shirt off when he's driving Dardo around.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Have you guys not seen that video, Keith?
There's a video.
No.
I want to see it.
There's a video of Keith driving. He's driving the Dardo van, and it just cuts. It cuts between each band member, and they're all sleeping, and then it cuts to Keith, and he has his shirt off and he's screaming, driving.
Great video.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It's a good tour vlog. I want to see it.
Sebastian, did you have any content you wanted to talk about? You're making a little video. I know about that.
Yeah, I guess there are two things. I guess I could talk about. I mean, I guess with our release show, maybe I could talk about that process.
Yeah.
So, Special Explosion released an EP. I guess it officially came out in February, but we're having our hometown release show.
Yeah! Woo!
Special explosion.
Finally bringing it home.
Gordo Jordo. Explosion.
Yeah, and
Man,
SEACATS are going to be playing the show also.
Literally brought it to the entire country before your hometown.
Making them wait for it.
That's a real Lonely Forest movie, you guys.
Hometown pride.
It's our homecoming show. Rather have that than a kickoff show. Anyway.
I don't like homecoming.
Yeah,
Fireworks.
I think. Anyway, so we
Fireworks.
recorded this.
Popularity contests.
Mr.
So-
I
Mr.
actually have
Kelso.
surprisingly good homecoming experience, but that's
Kelso.
Never went to home.
Aren't you just Mr. Kelso?
Anyway, so this EP we're releasing, we recorded. Mike, was that July, I think, of last year?
Yeah. Somewhere around
Yeah, and Mike helped out. He engineered the record.
Out. You're being too modest. He did everything.
Yeah, and so we had the 7-inch that Dave released for us on his label, Forbidden Seabass.
Forbidden
came out.
Seabass, everybody.
Yeah, Forbidden Seabass. What?
Thank you.
Rest
Thank
in
you.
peace.
Anyway, so that came out. That came out a year ago, and then after that came out, we wanted to have another release. And kind of after the experience of me recording and mixing the 7-inch, we wanted to kind of like what Dave's doing now, just go into a studio and have someone else do that
Wanted
for
to
us.
step it up to the next level.
Which
Sorry?
I just want to clarify was recorded by Sir Steve Fisk, not myself. Steve Fisk, everybody.
Steve. Yeah, so we recorded with Steve Fisk after meeting him through SEACATS and recorded at Sound
SEACATS, everybody.
Mike helped engineer the record. Yeah, so it's finally coming out, which is nice.
I made a little behind-the-scenes documentary of the recording. Sebastian, are you going to post that on the Special Explosion Facebook this week? Is it good enough?
Yeah, we want
Did
to
it make the cut?
made the cut.
Is it going to be posted on Garbage Town?
Maybe
Yeah,
post it
it
on
should.
Garbage Town.
Garbage Town.
Ooh, that's some content that's coming on Garbage
Yeah.
Town this week.
Exclusive content.
Yeah. Exclusive. Our new studio documentary premiering on Garbage Town.
.org.
yeah, so we have that. I have that going on. We're releasing that, so it's kind of nice to finally have that out. See other content. Oh, so we just went on a tour, and Josh came with us, doing merch, helping drive, and being nice to us.
Hanging out, man.
Yeah,
Eating donuts.
secretly
Getting a
eating
car
donuts
drive,
in New York.
Not getting the right New York bagel.
Did Josh tell you guys about the donut experience in New York?
I did.
Yeah, I felt so guilty. I'm not going to explain it right
Me and
now.
Sebastien both enabled each other on the tour.
Yeah, we ate some bad stuff.
What kind of bad stuff?
Deep fried Oreos.
Ooh,
Really?
that's a hard killer.
I didn't hear about this one.
Lobster roll.
Ooh, that is.
Lobster
Ooh, any other more?
That
any
was
other,
the same day as the
Hey.
Oreos too.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind, never mind. I won't make the joke.
Any more inflammatory foods?
I think it was just the donuts and those two.
How's
That was all we ate the whole tour.
How's that Oreo? I'm a pretty big Oreo fan.
I guess Josh had.
I like an Oreo, quite a bit. So I got the deep fried to try it out. Me and Sebastien were at South by Southwest when we picked that up, and we headed over to the late night with Seth Meyers Lounge to hang out and eat the deep fried
South
Oreo.
by Southwest.
Yes.
Okay.
And that really kind of put us in a nice atmosphere. We were watching Fred Armisen do his jokes, do his characters, and
We during the middle of South by Southwest sat down in this lounge and watched an entire episode of Late Night with Seth Meyers. It was a good episode.
we were really tired.
We were just, I was so tired. I just didn't want to walk anymore, so I just watched the whole episode. Anyway, and Josh.
So I ate it, and it was all right. It was good. It wasn't maybe like quite as great as you would imagine, just because I think an Oreo is really good. So you'd think that the deep fried would be like a lot better than the Oreo. That's not necessarily true. It's definitely nice to have it be warm and soft and everything.
Did you dunk that bad boy
In what?
in milk?
No.
Seth Meyers
You
milk.
can't get a cup of milk at South by
Are
Southwest.
you kidding me? I can tell you've never been to South by, David, because
I haven't.
clearly
That's true.
you can not to be found there. You can see
There was a lot of powdered sugar, though. So
there are girls walking around giving out free Red Bull, and that's it. That's all. The only liquid consumed during South by.
also
Red
this
Bull,
year,
yeah.
there's just mass amounts of the new Cracker Jack savory flavors.
They're called Cracker Jacked.
And I sampled the pizzeria.
I actually like Cracker Jacks.
Pizza,
Spicy Pizzeria Cracker Jacks.
zesty
Sounds
pep.
good too.
And
I'd eat
they were pretty good.
They were good. So they were handing them out, and they're also seriously just trash cans. Like they look like trash cans along the main
Yeah.
street that just were full of like maybe 300 or 400 bags of Cracker Jacked.
Somebody should have stolen the trash can.
I mean,
They should have Cracker Jacked the trash can.
Ooh,
I hope that homeless people like got as much of that as they could.
yeah. They're gonna be.
Yeah,
they're
or-
gonna feel so bad that
Or else they're gonna have to make that trip to Petco.
What?
You guys don't remember this joke over the weekend? Yeah, that fell flat. I feel bad now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say
I'm
what.
gonna shut up.
I
But-
guess I wasn't there for that.
So over the weekend, Josh made the comment that homeless people should just go to Petco and buy goldfish to eat because they're cheap.
I mean, Jordan's looking at me because when I was with him in Petco the other day was when I had that realization. Now it's
What were you
all
guys
come
doing in
full circle.
Petco?
Well, we were making a lot
Shopping
of
for
jokes.
fish.
Making a lot of jokes about all of the different things that the Thunder Coat saves your dog from. It like saves your dog from anxiety. It saves your dog from being scared of thunder. It saves your dog from general scaredness. I can't
sounds
remember
great.
them.
I'm gonna pull up the Thundercoat website
Like, seriously?
to see everything it cures your dog of.
And so
Wait, is it
here's-
the same thing as those like jackets you give children that have maybe slight like behavior disorders? Like, no, we were talking about this over the weekend.
Yeah,
like
it's called a straight jacket, rubber room. Ever heard of it?
No, there's these jackets that are just a little. They're like kind of tight, I think. So it just kind of simulates hugging, like being hugged.
Yeah, that is the point of it. And I thought of a problem with the Thunder coat. So I imagine you stick this coat on this dog, and it feels safe because it's got the coat on. But if you leave the coat on long enough, the dog is going to adjust to the coat hugging them as the new normal. And it's going to start not affecting the dog anymore. It's going to be scared again. So you have to get a tighter Thunder coat.
You have to put 2 layers of Thunder coat.
And then you just have to keep making it tighter and tighter until your dog's getting crushed and it's bug-eyed and every time you make it tighter, it's more scared when you take them off.
Or at one point you should take it off and it's just gonna fall apart. The dog's just gonna, its body gave up on holding itself together.
It's like, we don't need to do this anymore.
We have a Thunder coat for that. It does so much. Should I go back to what I was talking about originally?
Deep fried Oreos?
No. I was talking about how Josh came on the tour with us because I was going to talk about another piece of content that might be coming out soon.
Yeah, I bet that'll be one of the most soon pieces of
content.
content.
We'll probably finish that soon. Anyway, so on the tour we went through Florida, and I think we stayed 2 nights in Tampa. It was Tampa?
And we partied with sluts.
Yes.
Sluts? Partied with sluts. Excuse me? What did you just say, Joshua? Partied with sluts.
While we were down there was a lot of dudes wearing shirts
like that to your mother.
Dudes
I had a really weird experience. So we were in Florida during spring break, and we were at a resort called Hogan's Beach, which is like it's like a Hulk Hogan themed beach. And
and say that again, please.
We were at a Hulk Hogan themed. It was a restaurant and beach.
Yeah.
Called Hogan's Beach. Anyway, there were a lot of muscly men there for spring break, and one of them, I had a weird experience. I was just sitting eating lunch, and I saw this guy wearing a Party with Sluts t-shirt, sitting with a group of women, and like I don't know, I reacted very strongly to it. I got very mad.
Were they partying?
No, they were like smoking like for the hookah.
Yeah, they were partying. Woo!
Yeah. Hookah, everybody.
Dick buzz.
Wow.
Yeah, that was actually like somewhat a real cough from the Coca-Cola I just drank.
Anyway, what'd you do down there in Florida?
Anyway, so we were in Tampa, and we're eating. So Josh and I were eating lunch at the Hulk Hogan's restaurant, and I think Josh just brings up. He's like, "Hey, it'd be really funny to do a video here for a song that is on an upcoming SEACATS release." It was just. I just felt like the setting of the beach during spring break was such a it was just so typical looking. It was exactly what you'd expect from spring break in Florida.
It was like MTV Spring Break '98.
Yeah, Josh, when he first walked out, 311 was playing. A 311 song was playing.
Amber.
Yeah, there was beach volleyball going on. Everyone was drinking those new I think it's like Coors Light cans that are just like metal bottles.
They look like energy drink bottles.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was best spring break.
Yeah.
So anyway, we filmed the video there, and I think it will be coming out soon. Made it an iMovie. It looks great.
It actually does look good.
It looks really good, yeah. All the transitions, since then I've been trying to imitate those transitions in Adobe Premiere, and I can't find anything close to it.
You gotta use iMovie, man.
Like all those warble...
Saving. Dude, upgrade.
Like all those warble, water ripple effect transitions. I don't know how to get those any other way than iMovie.
Also, my favorite thing to do with those transitions is they're meant to be, I think, each about half a second or 1 second. But I just made them all 6 seconds. So for the ripple one, you just see Josh distorting. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, so that video should probably be coming up. I don't know. whenever Josh wants it to.
You have another music video idea for the SEACATS record as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's save it.
Yeah, let's save that
It's
one.
really good. I'm
We'll
really
put that on
excited for it.
the after show.
Wrap up.
Well, what timestamp are we at, Mike?
We're
It's at an hour, but I think we had about 10 minutes of BS at the beginning, so we got about 10 minutes left if we want to cap it in an hour.
so
Do you guys want to go around and talk about the content we consume?
I want to be under 2 hours.
Can do.
I
We got 10 minutes left.
I think it should be pretty close to an hour.
I think this one we should
Wait, under
make
2 hours, you said?
make short and sweet.
I'm into longer casts. By the way, this is a break.
No way, dude. No,
No
breaks,
breaks.
no editing.
No breaks.
No breaks.
Offspring 20th anniversary, you guys.
Josh has been consuming smash.
I honestly have no idea what an RSS feed is.
I feel like it's an outdated thing now.
I've never used it.
You're going to computer college.
I know.
What do they teach
I'm
you at
taking
computer
a web
college?
development class right now. I'm learning all about how to make websites.
You're going to Krista Computer College.
So we could all talk about what we've been listening to or watching or playing.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Are we live?
Is this resuming? Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there's gonna be some meta elements to this
Action.
cast.
We need a
Yeah,
marker,
but
marker chip.
Josh
we
is
should,
editing here.
we should cut most of what was just.
I'm going
They're
to
out.
keep whatever I feel is engaging.
Marker.
Okay.
Action.
Yeah, you do whatever you want,
Roll.
but also don't give away the mystique of the.
Quiet
of
on
the
set.
group, you
But
know?
that's what I love doing, is giving away the mystique of everything.
Okay, do whatever you want.
If Josh knew how to do any magic tricks, he would be the guy that was like, and this is how you do it.
I would do the trick and then immediately be like, all right, so do you guys want to see how I did it now?
That's the best part of the trick, finding out how to do it.
I mean, I just love finding out, like,
I want to know how Mike did that.
dude. One of you guys go first about what you've been doing.
Are we recording right now?
So
It's been recording. the whole
Recording.
time.
All right,
Okay.
this is. Wait, should we name these segments?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what was it? Content?
Consumption.
Yeah.
Content consumption.
Content consumption.
What are we Mike is consuming some Tostitos right now.
Should we go around and do it by like type of media, or do you?
No.
one person
Just
goes and says whatever?
generally what you've been consuming
Just talk about,
most.
like,
What
one
you just
cool
want to talk
thing.
about.
I've been
Okay.
watching. This is Jordan. Hey everybody, this is Jordan. I've been watching Twin Peaks. It's good.
Is that all you have to say about it?
Hey, that.
How far are you?
Well, I don't want no spoilers for the
I know,
people.
I know. But how far are you?
He's one season in.
See, I started watching it. I honestly couldn't finish it. Not.
I'm like 2 episodes away from I've been 2 episodes away from finishing that show for the last like 3 years.
So after watching the second episode, I went on Wikipedia and read
Oh my
the end of this.
God.
That's bad. That's bad. You
Number
ruin-
one.
You ruiner. No spoilers. Ah.
Sebastian,
I know,
No
it's
spoilers.
disappointing.
I don't. Oh, was he about to talk?
I just
I don't
thought the pacing of the show didn't
Was it?
work. You know.
Like,
Sebastian, you should have some kind of content that you do where you just read the entire story to a thing because you don't care at all about
and
spoilers
then
and
just
twists.
review it.
Yeah, and just review from just reading the plot summary.
I'll read plot summaries for like movies or TV shows that are famous for their twists and like.
Yeah, or maybe you should talk like something we have watched with a famous twist and we have like really liked, and then you just read the plot summary and then we discuss
I'll just read.
it.
I'm gonna read the plot summary to all of Lost and tell you what I think about the show.
That would be incredible.
I think
Honestly-
it'd be fun.
That wouldn't be a bad idea either because
so-
I doubt you're gonna watch it.
Yeah, I will not.
Yeah.
It's so. I was just talking to my dad about Lost. He was like, he's like, the problem with binge watching a TV show is he's like, I saw all of Lost. I don't remember any of it. I don't know what that show's even about. But like a month was spent watching that show. Anyway,
I kind of feel the same way about that show. Actually, I mean, I loved that show a lot, but I did forget a lot of things.
I remember most of it until seasons 4 and 5, and I still remember 6 pretty well. I remember 4 like It also might just because like the 5th season's the worst, and so I just like blocked it out because it hurt me.
Dude, I love seeing Hurley in the Dharma jacket.
Dude.
I honestly think I'm like scared of surprises, and that extends to spoil. Like,
And that's why
I played the first 5 minutes of BioShock Infinite, and then I read how it ended.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
You don't like surprises, huh? Boo!
Just like took my headphones off and you did that. Don't do that. I need to read the spoilers for this podcast.
Doesn't Laura Palmer's dad do something like that?
At 1 hour and 5 minutes, Jordan spooks Sebastian.
No. Okay, well I know about it now, so that's fine. Yeah, I remember I read. I think I may have actually read the plot to Gone Home before I played Gone Home.
Oh my god.
Yes, you're the worst.
I feel like I knew what it was about.
You're a ruiner. You ruin it all.
I just really like
There's not even a twist in Gone Home.
I know. Well, but like, yeah, there isn't actually. But I just, the twist. I like ruining movies for myself. And my sister always gets really mad because I'll watch a show with her and she'll see me on Wikipedia on my phone reading about what happens. And it will be on like the first episode.
And then you're like, whoa.
Well, then the worst thing is my sister, what she'll do is she'll be like, don't tell me what happens, but answer this question. Does this person die? And I'll be like, and I'll just look at her and I'll be like, and she's like, no, I told you not to tell me. But I don't know.
Your podcast should be called something about you ruining shows.
Yeah, I think the BioShock one. Well, the thing is, like, I read these spoilers, and honestly, I can't tell you how BioShock ends right now.
You don't remember it?
No.
Well, that's the thing, is the story can't have weight unless you experience the whole thing.
I remember, like yeah. So, before I played BioShock, I read about it. Before I played Braid, I read about all of it.
Gosh.
Yeah. So Lost, I read all of it. Twin Peaks, I read about it. My dad and my sister started watching Fringe, and I read about all of it.
You started watching Friends?
You watched
Fringe.
And
I read all the
You read every single episode.
You spoiled Friends for them? Spoiler alert, he says Rachel's name at the wedding.
I think there was one time I read the plot summary before going to see a movie in theaters.
Oh.
Oh wait, no. Actually, there was a movie that came out. I just saw the trailer for it. It was with like Jake Gyllenhaal and like Paul Dana.
Was it like Two Brothers or something?
What? It was like Prisoners. I think. Anyway, and like the whole preview is like, it's like you're never going to know what's happening. Or like it's like,
oh yes, I will.
You won't see coming, and I just like immediately. Okay, the thing is, the movie wasn't even out yet. So I read a summary of the script that was written by someone who auditioned for the movie.
Wow.
I'm surprised that person posted that. I'm surprised that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're like, no one's gonna read this. No one will want to ruin it for themselves.
I want to know what happens before the movie comes out.
What self-hating individual would want to read about, and ruin the film before they even watch it?
But I know, I think, well, people, I feel like they like to watch movies with twists twice. I'm not patient enough for that. I get the second watching done the first time.
You're a busy guy. You got stuff to do. You got bands to record. You got stuff to do.
Well, you know how like you like to watch it again. So like, I want to see how it happens. Like
knowing
what happens at the end.
One of the most insane things.
I'm efficient with my viewing. Anyway, I'm sorry. I completely
we found out that Mike looks like Leo from Twin Peaks when he puts his hair in a ponytail.
Let me take a picture of it.
And
pull your hair back.
Just has an evil look in his eyes.
Wait, Mike has never seen Twin Peaks, right?
No.
So he has no idea what face to make when he's doing it. So go ahead and do this, Mike.
This is a great visual gag.
Don't look this way. I need 3/4.
But Jordan's liking Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I think so. He when I asked him, because when I started watching it, I was honestly shocked by the acting. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch this. But Jordan says he doesn't think it's that weird.
Yeah, I don't think the whacking is weird. I don't think the whacking is weird at all. It's fine. It seems normal. I mean, it's a little.
It's normal whack.
It's a little
I
wacky.
think
It's a
my
little out there.
The only thing I can remember from that show was the scene where a character like brought some sandwiches back from France, I think.
Wait, is this Twin
Yeah,
Peaks?
the butter sandwiches.
I don't want to
And
talk
he's
about
just
this.
eating it, and he just loves it.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Mike. This is not a spoiler of anything except for that this guy
Loves
loves
sandwiches.
butter sandwiches.
Damn.
I also remember the huge amount of donuts they consume every episode, and like I ate so many donuts while watching that show that it was. I mean,
He's getting in character.
so to put it in perspective, I probably ate more donuts while watching that show than I have in my entire life previously. Like,
Wow, that had an effect on you. I didn't think twice about it. I'm not.
I mean,
I'm
there is
not paying,
really nice donut shots if you pay attention.
yeah,
must not be
there,
paying
there are
attention
some
to that
very
show.
nice donut shots.
This is while you were living on campus, right?
Yeah, this was also
So
sort
you
of-
had the Husky card.
yeah,
access
like
to
I would go
donuts.
to the student store and buy a ton of donut holes, and it was also sort of a dark period of my life
Donut
where
holes?
I wasn't going outside, and
Oh, literal dark.
Literally dark, yeah.
well, and like dark in the way you're probably thinking as well. So I was just drowning myself in
Donuts.
donuts and,
And darkness.
watching Twin Peaks.
Wow,
So
that sucks.
That sounds pretty good.
yeah, it was pretty good. I think it probably helped.
Oh, also, sorry, I just remembered another thing that I had ruined for me, which was The Last of Us. Sitting in a Denny's with Dave, I told him to tell me the entire
Why did I do
story
that? Why
of
would
The
I do
Last of Us.
that?
It took like
Especially-
45 minutes.
Especially because now we're going to be living together and you can just play it yourself.
I don't remember what actually, I remember what
He would have never. He would have
I
never
remember.
played
I
it.
remember most of it.
If
The
you
game's
didn't
ruined.
tell him, he would have just read it, and I know that would not have given it justice because
Also-
Dave, I know you explained it
Yeah,
well.
I know.
I feel like I'm really bad for this podcast as collective because I'm really bad at consuming media. Like I can. There's maybe been 2 video games that I've ever completed without cheating.
Well,
I seriously, the first thing I do when I get a game is look. Like I base whether I buy a game or not on whether there's cheats for the game.
oh my gosh. Well, that's interesting. Like, I don't think that makes you bad at consuming media, but I think that actually gives you a pretty unique perspective, which I think is important.
I mean, I have a, like. You
So
guys have seen me play GTA.
Oh yeah.
The cheating thing is a little far.
Ragdoll Paradise.
But
Sebastian's a bad boy. He just can't play by the rules.
Like, what can I say? I cheat.
I thought that joke was going to be a little bit more developed.
No, not at all. It wasn't even a joke. I was just saying exactly what I just. I just got close. I cheat. Quiet. What can I say? I make bad jokes.
Oh my gosh.
My mama raised me a cheetah.
Josh,
what can I say? Cheat.
You need to just like bleep out the last word. It's like, what can I say? I be. Then just like,
So,
We've never
while
known
you're
what
on
joke
the roll,
was.
Seabass, what media have you been consuming? What content?
Having said that, having said you don't
What
consume
shows
media,
have you been reading about on Wikipedia?
so.
Yeah, what Wikipedia pages have you been frequenting?
I watched the Red Wedding scene on YouTube.
Oh my gosh! What? that is the piece of content you watch.
Yeah, so I watched.
Wait, when did you watch that?
I mean, I
You
did
guys
like
talking
when
about
it
Game
happened,
of
and then
Thrones?
again like 2 days ago.
Seabass.
I
wrong?
also
do you even watch
watched-
that show?
I also watched this YouTube video that was like a cut of every death in Game of Thrones.
I watched that. Well,
Except
I also
honestly, it was
watched
so
the show.
dark I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, that
video
video
is
is
bad.
edited really like that.
Also, it's
The
edited
brightness
too.
turned all the way down.
I couldn't see it. I don't know why. So been watching those YouTube videos. That's some content.
Nice.
I don't watch any TV shows. God, we should probably go to someone else and then come back to me so I can think about this.
All right, I'll have a Marionberry apple pie shake, please. That's the next thing we need to talk about. I've been going to Sherry's instead of Denny's. We went to Denny's
Whoa.
way too much, so I've been trying out Sherry's. And they have
Sherry's is
pie
the-
shakes.
What kind of
You're-
shakes have we been consuming,
You're
boys?
betraying the Denny's pack.
Did you just say word, David?
I mean, I've always liked Sherry's better. There's just no Sherry's
I
in Bellevue.
think one of the most memorable nights on tour was in Twin Falls, Idaho. On the way back, we all went to a Sherry's and had a family dinner.
Sherry's, Twin Falls, Idaho. My favorite memory. It was free pie day. Wednesday.
Thursday.
I kept asking the waitress in my entire ordering process. I just kept saying like, "So, what do I have to do to be able to get the free pie?"
And she was like, you were trying to make sure while you were ordering was like a dinner, and she was like, whatever, it's fine, whatever.
Order a soda, you get pie. Whatever you get.
But I think by the time most of us reached the point where we could eat pie, we were all way too full.
No,
I don't like
everybody
Andy
could
didn't
get
get
a
a
free
pie.
pie, and I was like, I think Andy and maybe you, Sebastian,
I
were
ended up
both like
getting
not getting
pie.
pie, and I was like, you have to get pie. We have it free.
I ordered a giant T-bone steak from Sherry's. It was an insane amount. Okay, it was like T-bone steak, and it also came with like eggs, bacon, cheese, hash browns, and toast, and the side salad,
Oh my gosh.
And free pie Wednesday.
and free pie. I got the Kahlua pie. Wasn't that good?
Yeah, the
What-
pie shakes. Those things are really good.
Was that a savory pie?
No,
Kahlua?
Kahlua is chocolate.
like
Huh.
that liquor.
Man, they
liquor.
got crust in there and everything.
It's a Kahlua.
My only touchstone for Kahlua is like Kahlua pig, like the Hawaiian salty
Like
pork
pulled pork.
dish. Yeah.
It's spelled differently.
Oh.
It tastes different too.
Kahlua pig is really good though. There's this food truck at UW that has it. It's good.
That has Kahlua?
Yeah,
Kahlua is
it's
good.
good.
Alright, Josh, content.
Did you have any, or was it just pie shakes?
We can just go around in a circle. You can go next.
Was David in the middle of his?
I was gonna go, but
should
you
I
go
finish
ahead.
mine or no?
Yeah, if you have one.
Okay.
You said you wanted to go back to.
Yeah, actually, go back to me. I'm not ready yet.
Right.
Okay,
I'll have
Josh.
the Marionberry shake. God, speaking of that, I seriously have been going to Sherry's instead of Denny's lately, guys. It's really, really good pie
One of my
shakes.
favorite memories from tour was when we went to Sherry's in Twin Falls.
Sherry's, Twin Falls, Idaho, my favorite memories.
Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays.
Free pie day.
Stuck in a loop. We're stuck in a loop.
Wednesday.
Josh,
Dave,
content.
Dave, I heard you're really good at eating dinner.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
Don't worry
Is
about
that
it.
a joke?
Nah, don't worry about it.
I watched the first season and a half of Girls. It's good. I like it a lot.
So, give me a little. I mean, I'd say that show is fairly popular, but I still have no idea what that show is about.
Oh my god.
It's
Me neither.
It's about girls,
it's
Dave.
Lena Dunham.
I mean, never mind. I'm not gonna
She
mention it.
writes it. It's like a comedy show. It's like funny skits and
Funny ass shit sketches. Let's see. It's got Lena Dunham.
all of the characters
Wait,
are.
that's completely wrong, right?
Yeah.
I thought the
It's
show was
not
pretty dark.
skits.
It's pretty dark.
No,
but
it's
It's
comedy.
definitely comedy.
It's still a comedy?
Yeah.
It's getting. I think second. I've only seen the second season. It gets kind of less of a. It's still a comedy.
The
but
episode you. Sorry, I have my mic. The episode you described to me that one time sounded like really dark.
yeah, there is one episode in the second season. One of the only 3 episodes I've seen, and it was terrifying. I told my mom. We both had no idea what the show was. We knew what the show was. We hadn't seen it.
But
Anyway, go on, Josh.
The
sorry.
characters are like pretty unlikable a lot of the time, but I don't know. It
Yeah.
can be funny. I'm not exactly sure what it is I like, but
The show's. Yeah. Sorry.
also I've been playing the game. I played the first chapter of The Wolf Among Us, which is
Really?
the
That's
other,
interesting.
the other Telltale game other than The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I was considering suggesting that as what everyone should play before next week.
But then I have to buy this.
It's free.
Well, I mean,
It's free.
There's
I would do
certain
it.
there's certain ways that
PlayStation, PSN,
Oh, whoa.
yeah,
PlayStation Network.
content without paying.
What do you mean, like the eShop? Is it free on the eShop?
It's free right now.
Got it. If we're gonna be
Promoting.
got it.
I don't want to promote that.
It's cool though. I mean, I don't know the comic book, so I'm sure that a lot of the things I like about it in the universe are just the comic. It was fun.
Is it a direct adaptation from the comic? Because like the Walking Dead game isn't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know if it is or not. It's like a fun little world, though. I'm a sucker for those kinds of games and any kind of story that's told in a game. So
Yeah, you are a sucker. That's it.
dude,
Sucker man.
dude, not cool. But if everybody doesn't want to play a game and download it,
I do.
I also have an album, so I don't know what we want to do.
What's the album?
Well, are we suggesting right now?
I'd be down for a game.
Well, I'm gonna suggest something.
I'm not gonna be able to play that game. I'm gonna read about it and then.
Seabass.
He's gonna read the spoilers.
I don't have time to play a game.
Okay.
It's 2 hours. It's like Gone Home length.
So is
It's-
Metal Gear
it's
Ground,
one-
Ground Solid.
Ground Solid, everybody.
Play it.
Gordo Jordo, Ground Solid, everybody.
It's a one.
Metal Gear
It's one
Zero.
chapter of a point and click game. It's only 2 hours.
Well, what's okay?
I don't know.
What's your album?
The album. I was just gonna tell everybody to listen to the Sun Kill Moon album.
Whoa!
I've been listening to it. It's really
I don't
good.
have time for that. That's like an hour.
Whoa!
Seabass.
Just read about it online.
Are you with
Okay.
us or are you against?
Dude,
us?
all
What?
that guy's stories about aerosol cans
Sebastian
exploding
can
are so
watch
sad.
this cool video I know on YouTube. It's called Skull Trumpet. And he can review it.
That's like 2 seconds, man. I don't have time.
Here's my cover of Skull Trumpet. This is my new content.
The
I didn't hear it. Could you do that again, please?
That joke is gonna fall so flat. Like for people who do not know that.
but people are
video.
gonna look up Skull Trumpet. Look up Skull Trumpet.
Hey, everybody,
Gotta
check
look
out
that up.
Skull
Skull
Trumpet.
Trumpet.
Okay, and then for the
Send,
viewers,
send an email to Garbagetown United if you actually watch that video.
Send a
At
self-addressed stamp to www.
I gave the guys their content to watch. Now the viewers. Before the show next week, watch the YouTube video Skull Trumpet.
That's easy mode. For hard mode, watch play.
Matter of fact, if you listen to the podcast this long, send us an email at Garbagetown United.
We'll send you a prize.
That's good incentive. We will send you a prize if you listen this long. But if you happen to skip here, no deal.
We don't.
No deal.
We know. We'll know.
All you skippers, all you.
I will actually send you a prize if you've listened this far.
Wow. You heard it here first. The new tape by Elch. He will send you a physical copy. He will send you 91 copies.
I probably won't say to that.
He will send it
I'll
to
send
you.
I'll send you a
Priorities.
little gift.
Routine.
Routine.
All right, content I've been watching. I went and watched Grand Budapest Hotel. It was super good. Wolf of Wall Street was really good. Dallas Buyers Club, super good. And I also watched the first episode of season 2 Comedy Bang Bang. It's pretty funny.
How did you watch that?
It's on Netflix now.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, you watched a lot.
Yeah, and then I also beat the Last of Us DLC. And
Jeez.
Content King of the Week, Michael
Yeah, that's
Davis.
and let's see.
King.
There was another. Oh, and I also played Ground Zeroes, which was super good.
Ground Solids.
Ground Solids. But out of all of
That's
those,
impressive.
I think my favorite was probably Dallas Buyers Club.
Whoa.
Really?
It's really good.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah, it was super
Commentary
good.
from Hannah. What do you say, Hannah? Grand Budapest.
Well, I don't know. Grand Budapest Hotel was super good too, and I guess there was just things I hadn't seen in any like film before. It was really cool. Like, it was like a big sledding sequence that was
Yeah.
really, really interesting.
the pod racing scene
Yeah,
was really good.
yeah. I mean, I think it was miniatures or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell, but I don't know. Dallas Buyers Club was just super moving and good, and Matthew McConaughey was actually like totally incredible. And yeah, Comedy Bang Bang sucked. The show's not very good. I mean, it's funny, but I don't know. Some of the skits like fall flat pretty hard. And
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Reggie Watts like is funny, but I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little bit exhausted of his sense of humor in that show.
To me, that show gets away like with having bad skits, and I feel like they're aware that they're not that good. Sometimes.
Yeah, totally. I think that's
But
true.
it doesn't make me like the show more.
Yeah, and that doesn't really like, although it like lets you off the hook for the host and like them, and you know that they don't think it's that funny also, but that doesn't make it any funnier to you. Like the skits are still not that great.
I like it.
Well, and I think it's funny. It's just I don't know.
I like it a lot. I think the skits are funny. I think
I
they're great.
honestly think the majority of the skits kind of fall flat, but I don't mind at all. I still find that show really
I know.
likable.
For some reason, I still totally like am lured to it and watch it.
I think Scott Aukerman is one of the more interesting hosts.
Yeah.
Or just general like comedy personalities. He's kind of weird. Like his delivery is odd.
Yeah.
Cop Stopperman. I like how they give him fake names every episode.
Yeah.
I like
Who's
the
turn-
show. I love it. I can't say enough good things about. Josh is joining us again. Comedy Bang Bang season 2. I love it.
Has it gone back around to me yet, or is it someone else's turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go for Dave. David,
Go
you're
for
on the line.
Dave. Dave on the line.
I could go.
You already? Oh, you haven't gone yet.
No, I'm gone.
Okay.
All right, Sebastian.
So-
Back to Sebastian.
Okay.
Okay. So
Dave on the line.
I've been reading a book recently. I was talking to Seabass about this book earlier today. It's a book by Octavia Butler. Great. What was funny about that? Did I mess up? Did I do a slip?
I hope it wasn't the word.
You did a little slip,
What?
Dave.
What was the joke there? Her name?
You did a little slip.
Did you say Octava?
Octavia?
Yeah, that's the name of a microphone, David.
Octavia? Or Octava?
Octava.
No, I said
Octavia.
What was the name of this? Was it To Noise?
I'm
What was
actually
it,
not totally sure what we were laughing at there, but continue your story, David.
that's weird. So the author is Octavia Butler, and the book I've been reading of hers is called
Excuse me, did you say you have a butler, David?
My laugh is too quiet for
Oh my
podcast.
gosh. So
Who's it?
Hard to recover from that one, huh?
I'm sorry. Who's it by?
Octavia Butler.
Octavia. This is so bad.
Is it my turn now?
The book is so serious. Yeah, Seabass, you should go.
All right, Sebastian on the line.
Wait, you're not going?
You should go.
Okay.
No, David, you got to finish yours. I actually want to hear. Come on.
No, we have to come back now, or else I'm gonna get a laugh during the whole thing.
Okay. I've seen the first 2 episodes of a new HBO show called Silicon Valley. It's okay. I don't know. It's about a group of like software developers making a startup company. It's a comedy.
Did Mike Judge make it?
Yeah, Mike Judge made it. It's pretty good. I mean, well, when I saw the first episode, it was because there's a show that is on Amazon Prime now called Betas, which has the exact same plot. It's like seriously like a group of 4 people or 5 people like starting a company, or they're like about software developers. Betas is really bad from what I saw. I'm like kind of sexist too. But I don't know.
About like beta males.
I guess.
Is it about Betamax, the tape?
No.
Is it about betas, the fish?
Yes.
We did it!
Anyway, but Silicon Valley is actually pretty good. I mean, it's very like Mike Judgy. That was a really bad adjective.
Does he do funny voices?
No.
What cut you boys in my tool shed.
It's about Beavis starting a startup.
Beavis and Butthead.
I don't even know what impression you're doing.
You're doing
You're
the
doing
like you're
Mike
doing
Judge character.
Andy
doing the
Yes.
wiggly principle. Get out of my school, you knuckleheads!
Anyways, that show's pretty good. I would recommend it maybe for people who have HBO. That was a really, really lukewarm
Is
recommendation.
that a commercial?
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, did you
this
sell out
podcast brought to you by
Do
HBO.
you know how I could
First
Check
episode.
get HBO up and running right now?
Yeah, can one of
Like
you
what
guys
website I can
give
go to?
us your HBO Go login, please?
Okay, so it's
Mine is Sublime.
do you guys have a pen and paper right now?
Mine's Sublime.
Listeners,
log
can you
in
tune
Sublime,
out for a
password
second?
Sublime.
Don't.
Guys, just unplug your
Just don't
headphones
listen
for
to
1
this,
second.
yeah.
Me?
No, people listening, so they
We're
don't hear
trusting the listeners.
Nobody's listening, Sebastian.
Our
This is a
loyal
good
fans.
test.
This
This is a good test if anyone steals HBO Go from my
We
family.
got 0 viewers.
Anyway, so I saw that show. Also, an album I've been listening to a lot. 2 albums I've been listening to lately. One is Blue Screen Life by Pinback. I used to not like that band at all. I used to think they were really cheesy and kind of silly. But this record's really good. I was with Andy over the weekend, and we just sat and listened to the whole record, and it was, I don't know, it's like a great record. I'm not going to describe it any more than that. I've also been listening to Some Kind of Cadwallader by Algernon Cadwallader. The record's good.
Is that a joke about some kind of monster?
I hope so.
That's a joke.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, it's just a play. Off
Yeah.
of it.
I've never heard of it. Never heard of that play before. Is Christian in it?
David, go ahead and give us yours. Or wait, do you have something else, Sebastian?
Black.
No, that's pretty much it. Oh, I did also go see Grand. I did go see Grand Budapest Hotel in theaters also, and it was good. It was a little bit like too much of like Wes Anderson style, I felt, but I don't know. It was one of the prettiest movies I've seen in a really long time. It just looked really good, and all the I don't know.
I think he stole his colors from us.
Yeah.
Mendels? We were Mendels. God, we were Mendels.
Yeah, I really like that movie. I was, just to kind of get a little bit off topic. While I was in the theaters watching this, I'm not sure if this makes me like a mean or bad person.
Were you on your phone looking up?
Yes, it does make you bad.
No, but like before the movie started, I was with my dad. I told him, it's like, I don't like coming to the movie theater, and I think the main reason is because I don't like hearing other people laugh during a movie.
Shut up.
I really don't like it because people laugh at really dumb stuff. Like, I think there's only a couple. Like, I don't think any movie, like, only a few movies deserve more than maybe 5 audible laughs.
Spaceballs doesn't deserve any. Maybe one.
I really don't like. That's probably like my
Is it
least favorite
pizza?
Mel Gibson film.
Pizza the Hut?
Yeah, Pizza Hut.
Wait, Mel Gibson?
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, Mel Brooks. I'm sorry. Wow.
Anyway, during the previews that I started getting really irritated by everyone laughing around me because there were some horrible previews and everyone was hysterically laughing. I don't know. I felt like I felt really like
Wait,
antisocial.
what preview was funny? Was it Disney's Bears?
God, there was one preview that was just especially horrible. Like, oh God.
You guys
I
got
don't know.
Disney's Bears, right? You
I
guys
was
got
also
that in your
surrounded
theater?
by a bunch of people who were kind of like whispering jokes to each other about the movie. I don't know.
If you were with one of us, though, you would be doing the exact same thing.
Oh, if I was with one of you guys, I'd be laughing out loud.
Yeah.
But when I'm not with people,
So you,
I guess what I'm saying is I don't like going to the movie
so you
theater
just don't-
alone.
You don't. It sounds like you don't like going to the movie theater with your dad.
Yes. I don't feel comfortable laughing around him.
Does he make fun of your laugh?
Well, I guess another thing is
Sebastien.
my laugh rarely makes a sound. If it does, it's just like a squeak. It's just like a little like the.
So you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed.
Yeah, like
You
a little,
know what my
a
laugh
wee little
sounds
mouse.
like. It's like it sounds like an asthma attack or something.
I can see why you'd want to go to the
That's it
theater
right there.
alone.
I guess what I'm trying to say is the Grand Budapest Hotel made me realize how I'm insecure about
You
my
have
laugh
asthma problem.
and how I place that insecurity on other people.
Is it
That's
hard?
interesting.
Is it hard to see a movie in Seattle and not have there be a lot of people there?
There was not that many people during this movie. I mean, maybe like 40.
So why didn't you? 40.
That's a lot.
That's a high attendance rate for our
I feel like
Yeah.
40? I
even
feel
when I attend movies and we live in the same area, like that's a lot.
I feel like generally when I go to a movie theater, there's like over 100 people there.
Really? Where are you going?
Lincoln
Where's the
Square.
He is going to midnight releases, but
Yeah, that's what
I
it
really
seems
only
like.
go and see movies the minute they come out. And that. No, there was a midnight
lot.
release while I was there, and I had no idea what movie it was for, and there was only like 5 people
Were you
waiting.
there at midnight?
I was there at like 10:30 or 10 o'clock. It was when I was leaving the movie around 11.
Wait,
when I
was
saw
it
people
for-
online? It may have been like Captain America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would
that's
people be
probably
waiting
what it
in line for Captain America?
it was Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips, yeah.
Keenan and Christian and Alex all did. So
They waited in line for that.
I think they went to the midnight release. Yeah.
I heard that it's pretty good.
Yeah, I heard that it's actually the best Marvel movie.
What's your favorite line from that movie, Sebastian? Mine's, "I am the captain now."
I haven't seen Captain Phillips. Don't talk to me about it. Is that from Captain Phillips? In this movie?
I am Captain America now.
Is that supposed to be Somali? Are they Somalian?
Yeah, Captain
I don't
America
want to be
fights Somalian pirates.
This is getting.
So anyway, I'm sorry about talking about my movie theater thing.
We
But I
got
think
we
I-
got
I
10
think I-
minutes until 2 hours.
Oof. You can really.
Oh, edit out everything I just said. Dave, I just gave you an extra 10 minutes. So.
Sebastien.
Is that like the sign that I've been talking too much? Say my name.
Sebastien.
You're up,
Should I go?
David.
Do I have time to go?
You're up.
Nah,
Oh,
no
we
more.
Oh,
don't have time for David.
Here we
Sorry.
are.
See
Play
you guys
this.
next
Time.
week.
Play the ending
Play 'em
credits.
out, Mike.
Play him out.
Go.
Go, David.
Should
Go.
I go? Okay, there we go. All right, so the book I've been reading is called Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. And it takes place, or like the first year that it takes place is 2024. And it's a very just realistic sort of post-apocalyptic novel. But like the reason everything has gone horribly, all the reasons are very believable, and like it really does give me the impression like that's where we're headed now. So unlike, you know, a post-apocalyptic future like The Last of Us or something, there's no like just mass disease that breaks out or something, or it really is just like more just like policy decisions that are that have sort of directed like the nation towards this future. And it's really good. It's really interesting. It's also like incredibly terrifying just because it is so plausible. I was talking to Seabass earlier today about like one of my favorite things about the novel. Compared to The Last of Us, like The Last of Us sort of hits a lot of groups that I think would pop up. in a setting like this, like they have a sort of a militarized public that like tries to sort of keep themselves safe, but also are sort of it's at the cost of their agency a lot of the time. And there's groups like that in this world as well, but there are this group of people called the Paints in this world, and they're essentially just like they used to be rich kids, and they're addicted to this drug that makes fire really pleasurable to watch. And so like they have no body hair, they shave all their hair, and they paint themselves different colors, and they go around like lighting fires, which is really scary because in this future the what's the word for it? All the fire stations have been privatized, and so no one has the money to call the fire department to stop fires. So fire is just like a much more real and scary danger in this world. And this group of people called the Paints, they're just like complete nihilists. Like they have no regard for like anyone's life. They only live for like momentary pleasure, and they often die in like their own attacks. I don't know. It's a really it's a pretty like it's written very well, so it's like easy to read in that regard, but it's very hard to read just because like everything is so emotional and so scary, and so like hits so close to home a lot of the times. And yeah, I highly recommend that book. It's very good. Octavia Butler is like a very good
Black.
author. What?
Black?
Yeah, she's black.
Very black author.
Nice though. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's just very, very good. Like I don't know. I really couldn't recommend it more. I'm almost done. I'm gonna finish it tonight.
What does that sound?
When I touch the microphone, it does that.
Weird.
I thought you might be plugging in a guitar, start jamming.
Yeah, jam us out for the ending credits.
Yeah.
Why would this happen while I touch the microphone?
So, I'm gonna start to wrap this up. Talk a little bit about what's gonna happen in the upcoming time with the website. I think that within the next week, we'll have the blog up and running so that we can post all of this stuff. We have to, so that the podcast can be up, so that we can do one next week. So hopefully we'll do that. And I think that I'm going to commit to Sun Kill Moon's record as the thing that everyone should watch or read.
Okay.
Which
or listen to.
which record though?
It's called Benji.
It's the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it the only one?
No, there's
No.
quite a
Okay.
few.
David, or if anybody actually wants to play The Wolf Among Us, we could also separately talk about that if you end up doing it.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody should listen to the Sun Kill Moon album, because I actually feel stronger about that, so it would be probably better to talk about.
Okay.
Got it.
In terms of other content that's going to be up, Seabass and I are going to watch a show together and just give it's going to be a week by week thing. We're going to watch one episode of a show and then another episode the next week and just give our initial impressions and sort of talk about it. It's probably just going to be audio only. And yeah, you can look forward to that pretty soon too. We'll probably do the first one next week.
Yeah, we should do, whenever.
Yeah.
Sebastien and I are also going to do a band interview podcast sometime soon.
And I'll also have there's a fantastic game called Persona 4. I'm going to be writing quite a bit about that this week and next week.
We're talking about content that we're going to post?
Yes.
I had the great pleasure of this weekend I attended the 4th annual Tillamook grilled cheese sandwich competition sponsored by Tillamook for Tillamook at Tillamook Cheese Factory headquarters. And as far as content goes, I will be uploading a Vine that I took at the competition. So look forward to that.
Look forward for that.
It's 6 seconds long. You'll see the winner of the competition. That's it.
That's cool.
That's it.
That's fantastic.
How are the sandwiches?
Oh, they were
You
great.
tried?
Oh yeah. Oh
You gotta
yeah.
try
I
them?
tried them. Oh, I got to try them.
Oh man.
Wait, so what?
How was
were
this
they just-
winner?
How was the winner?
Yeah.
She was happy. she
I know.
was happy she won.
How did the sandwich taste? Did you get to try that one?
I'd have to review the Vine. After reviewing the Vine, I don't remember. I don't remember who won. I was
the winner was the vegetarian one.
I think so. I was so focused on taking the Vine that I actually forgot or did not pay attention to who actually won. I was interested in recording it. I think the person who won made like a vegetable one, which was not my favorite. It was my least favorite of the three.
What was your favorite?
My favorite was the chopped chicken salad with a cracked pepper and raspberry jam sandwich. It was delicious.
And cheese.
The jam is a
cracked
good
pepper
is a
cheese,
good
sorry.
choice.
White
I love
cheddar
stuff like
cracked
that
pepper.
in a savory sandwich.
It was good. It was so good.
What was the third?
The third was a woman she had a little saucepan and she kind of like caramelized some apples with honey and hard cider, and her sandwich was I don't know what kind of cheese. I think it was a white cheddar. Had the caramelized apples, mustard, Dijon mustard, and a thick slice of ham.
That one seems interesting.
It was interesting.
Mm.
But not good enough to win People's Choice. The raspberry jam, I think, might have won the People's Choice. No, wait. I don't know. I don't know who won, guys. You'll have to check it out. Tillamook.com. They'll tell you.
We get Tillamook as a sponsor.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any sponsor.
Any company that wants to sponsor us.
Mr. Varellen, if you're listening,
Science amps.
I want a tube. Just give me a tube. Kick me a tube that you got lying around.
Does he make tubes?
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a couple rolling around the shop. He doesn't need.
I doubt it.
No, you can't roll.
Television tubes, maybe.
Okay, Mike, could you play us out?
Yeah, last time I tried to play something, my computer froze.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be doing this podcast. Thank you for listening.
There's nowhere we